up, guys? Mighty Skater Girl here, and today is episode 2 of Asshole Encounters. So today's Asshole Encounters is a bit realistic. It's happened in real life, and this is kind of crazy. It's a crazy story, so sit back and relax, grab your popcorn, your snacks, your chips, whatever you're gonna eat, and let's get into this story time. So over the summertime, if you guys didn't know this, I visit Connecticut usually every summer. This summer I'm not really sure if I'm going, but then again, who knows? But basically, usually I go and visit Connecticut, and I visit my great-grandmother, and I live with her for about 3 months over the break. During that break, I am usually either playing video games, shopping, hanging out with my grandmother, helping her out, or hanging out with friends or family. And during that time, I usually helping out my grandmother is usually making sure that everything is okay with her. So one day, we're at home, not doing anything special. I'm playing my game, and she's downstairs doing whatever old people do. And all of a sudden, the phone rings. And then I pick up the phone, and it's some person on the phone asking for my grandmother, and they're talking about some sort of charges that are going to be happening because she hasn't showed up to some sort of jury duty type thing. And at this point, I was a little scared. I was like, oh no, my great-grandmother's going to be in jail, and what is going to happen, and what's going on. So they were like, basically, you pay the money with this PayPal card. You go to the store, you get a PayPal card, and you get it and you bring it to some court or something like that, and then all the charges will be dropped because you're paying a fine. And I was like, okay, all right. I'm a little anxious about this, so what I do while my grandmother is like trying to figure stuff out, she's calling people, making sure that this is legit. Well, they said don't hang up the phone, so I'm just like, okay, all right, just give me a second. We're gonna go get the money. Can we just hang up the phone and call you back later? At this point, we were really gonna go get the money for these people, and we were gonna go give them the money, like, so that we can, I don't know, get rid of this fine. And literally, and they were like, okay, but if you don't call back in within this certain amount of time, we will put out a warrant out for your great grandmother's arrest. And I was like, okay, well, obviously we're gonna get the money. And so what we had to do, well, we didn't actually go get the money. What I did was while my grandmother was getting ready and calling people, I went upstairs. I sat on the staircase because I was really shaken up about this situation. I've never experienced anything like this. And I looked it up. I looked up Connecticut scam, like Connecticut jury duty scam. And guess what comes up? A lot of accounts and information about how this is a scam, and people do this for like a lot to people of older age and just people in general in Connecticut. So what I do is on the webpage, it recommends that you call some sort of FBI agency type place where you can basically report the people who have tried to scam you. And that's what I did. But before I did that, I noticed that they were talking about a court building, and what I did was look up the court building, and it turns out that building is closed down. It no longer exists. And I was like, wow, why couldn't I mean, I'm glad I caught it, but like I feel like I should have caught it earlier. So at this point, I'm like laughing to myself because like these guys really thought they got away with it. I looked up the station, and because I was trying to call back, I think I was trying to get in contact with the actual like court and because they were calling from a sheriff's department. So I was like, okay, let me call the sheriff's department so I can confirm this all. I called the operator to get the number, and they're like, oh no, it doesn't exist anymore. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, what I do next is we call the FBI division about reporting this as a scam. I give them all the information needed, and basically we got off hands-free, make sure that, they told us it was a scam, to never call them back. And if they continue to call your house, do not pick up the phone, because obviously they're gonna try to scam you more, or if you don't react at all, maybe they won't even know what's going on. Because I forgot, I think they knew the address and all, so I didn't want to, obviously you don't want to antagonize them, you don't want to let them know like, oh, we know you're scamming and stuff like that. So basically what we did with the situation is we handled it. Well, I handled it. And eventually later on, she called her friend, and they were like, yeah, you're too old to even serve jury duty. Like you can be opted out of it at a certain age. So if you guys experience any of this, if you live up north or anywhere really, because scams happen everywhere, but just be really aware. If your parents get a weird call, try to analyze the situation before you do anything rash and crazy, because we could have actually went to go do this, and it was about $1,000 in these so-called fines that they were trying to put on my great grandmother. And I was already stressed out. I was shaking because I was really scared for my great grandmother. I was like, oh my god, like, how could you forget this? How could you forget that you have to go to jury duty? Like, how could you do this? You're gonna go to jail now. But no, we ended up basically what you guys should do, just sit back and analyze the situation before you do anything crazy. That's what I had to do, and that's what happened. But yeah, that's an asshole encounter because they're assholes for trying to get money out of my great grandmother, and who knows what else they would have did after that, try to get more money or some crazy stuff, you know. But I'm just really glad it worked out. And just be careful of scammers out there, because I mean, they're jerks, they're assholes, and just be sure that you don't encounter them yourselves. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to leave a like and a comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.